Welcome to Teen Tutoring Tools. I'm so glad you're here. As a teen tutor mentor, you're not just helping younger students with their schoolwork, you're shaping how they feel about learning. And that matters more than you might think. My name is Mr. Andy Caesar, and I've worked in both the school system as a teacher and in community centers as well. I've seen firsthand the powerful role mentors like you can play, but I also understand the challenges you face. Students struggling to focus, feeling unsure of what to say, or just wanting to give the right answer and move on. That's why this training exists, to equip you with tools that are grounded in research, but made for real life and designed to help you become the most effective tutor possible. Here's something important. Students who receive consistent support from a tutor are 55% more likely to improve their grades. That's huge. But beyond that, mentoring builds trust, confidence, and the belief that someone is in their corner, which kids need. Rita Pearson said, "Students don't learn from people they don't like." Your job is to make learning feel safe, and that starts with how you show up. But more importantly, the fact that you show up consistently is how you show you care. You don't need to be a teacher to lead or to help people learn. What you do need is a mindset. Be clear, be calm, and be curious. Be clear so students understand what is expected. Students thrive on structure. It allows them to be grounded in what's going on and allows them to focus on the learning. And be calm because your energy sets the tone. Often the content, be it reading or math, can be intimidating for students. In many cases, they've struggled in the past. You've probably experienced this yourself as a student. Put yourself in their shoes. And lastly, be curious because great tutors don't just give answers. They ask questions and they explore the path towards the answer together. Start every session with a goal. It can be as simple as, let's try 3 word problems together. Or, we are going to read this story and discuss what it means. When students know what's coming, they're more likely to focus on the task at hand and be successful in attaining their learning goals. Now, the research is clear. Students learn more when they do the thinking. Don't rush to explain. Ask questions that helps them get there. For example, instead of saying, you need to borrow from the tens place, you can ask, what do you think happens when the top number is smaller than the bottom number? Students have often been conditioned to just find the right answer. So if you give it to them, that right there is where their learning journey ends. Instead of telling them, guide them. Use prompts like, what do you notice? Or, what do you already know about this? And after you ask a question, pause. Count in your head if you have to. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Let the student think. Don't rush to fill the silence. That space is where learning happens. And it will be hard, especially when they're struggling, but that's okay. Now, students absolutely need to be corrected when they make a mistake, but feedback can be corrective while also being encouraging. You can praise the effort, and not just the outcome. So instead of saying, that's wrong, you could say something like, oh, you were close. I see what you were trying to do there. Also, be specific with your praise. Good job is so generic that it doesn't always resonate with students. Great job with your commas and spelling is specific and tangible to a student. Every student you'll work with is different. They have different strengths, challenges, backgrounds, and learning styles. That is where differentiated instruction comes in. It's a way of adjusting what and how you teach so that each student has the best chance to succeed. As a tutor, differentiated instruction might mean giving extra examples to a student, or letting one draw their answer instead of writing, or breaking a problem down into smaller steps. It's not about creating a different lesson for everyone. It's about making small, intentional, thoughtful changes that help each student feel confident, stay engaged, and truly understand the material. When you use these strategies, you're not just helping with homework. You're showing your students that their individual needs matter. And that's one of the fastest ways to build trust, confidence, and better learning outcomes. So here's your takeaway. Start strong and set the stage. Begin with clear goals and a structure. Ask questions. Don't tell. Guide with questions rather than answers. Pause, wait, and watch. And allow time for a productive struggle. And lastly, give specific feedback. With this, you will help students build confidence, you will help them develop their critical thinking skills, and more importantly, you will help them build a positive relationship with learning. These aren't just teaching tricks, they're tools that will help your students learn to trust you with their learning. Try these strategies in your next session and reflect on what worked for you. Teaching and tutoring is a process for everyone. You've got this, and your students are lucky to have you.